Hello, my name is Henry. Today I'm doing a presentation that focuses on Ethiopian cultural dimensions, specifically religion, language, and kinship. These three aspects are deeply interconnected and form feedback loops that help preserve Ethiopia's cultural heritage. So, the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church is one of the oldest Christian traditions established in the 4th century. It is characterized by unique doctrines, fasting practices, and liturgical rituals that served as a foundation for Ethiopian society. These practices reflect a deep intertwining of faith in daily life, which reinforces moral and social values. Similarly, the G's, language is an ancient Semitic language that remains central to Ethiopian identity. Though no longer spoken controversially, it serves as a liturgical language of the church, linking Ethiopians to their historical and religious roots. Its preservation is critical to the Ethiopian spiritual and cultural continuity. And in this presentation, I'll explore how the Ethiopian Orthodox Church influences cultural norms, how the G's language connects modern Ethiopia to its ancient past, and the role of kinship in shaping social and family dynamics. I'll also share a cultural story that the legend of King Lalibela to illustrate these connections finally, and we'll examine the challenges Ethiopia faces today in maintaining its rich traditions. This image shows the Timkat festival, one of the most significant religious and celebration in Ethiopia. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church has been a cornerstone of Ethiopian culture for centuries, shaping society norms, family structures, and even the use of language. The church fosters community and spiritual growth through practices such as the Timket, celebrating like Epiphany with processions and prayers, and the Meskel, the finding of the true cross with bonfires and hymns. And these events bring together families and communities, reinforcing cultural identity and social cohesion. The church also safeguards the G's language using its liturgies and hymns. And liturgies are structured worship services involving prayers, scripture, reading, and rituals that connect worshipers to their faith. Hymns are like sacred songs, convey devotion and reinforce religion. Teachings as well. This use of G's not only preserves the language but also deepens its ties to Ethiopia, spiritual and historical legacy. So Giaz is one of the oldest written language in the world uh, to Ethiopian culture. While no longer a spoken language, it remains essential in religion context, linking Ethiopians to their ancient history. Oral traditions like the story of Abeba and the lion complement this linguistic heritage by teaching moral lessons and fostering connections across the generations. These narratives preserve cultural values while ensuring that language remains a living part of Ethiopia's identity. And additionally, Ethiopia's modern language, Amharic, serves as a unifying force among its diverse ethnic groups. Together, Gais, and Amharic create a framework that sustains Ethiopia's linguistic and cultural legacy. So, kinship forms the foundation of Ethiopia's society. Families often live in multi generational households where responsibilities and resources and traditions are shared. These reflect a strong sense of collective support and obligation. Marriage customs influenced by religious teachings emphasize the unity of families. Arranged marriages are most common, often accompanied by dowries and or similar exchanges, which symbolizes the joining of families. These practices strengthens the relationship between kinship and religion. And kinship networks are also evident during festivals like Timkat, where extended families come together to celebrate, share meals, and also reinforce their bonds. These gatherings highlights how kinship, religion, and cultural practices are quite interconnected. Um, and one of the cultural story that ties together religion, language, and kinship is the legend of King Lilibela. The story recounts how King Lilibela inspires a divine vision, constructed 11 rock-hewn church in the 12th century. These architectural wonders remain symbols of faith, heritage, and communal effort. Religion, the churches represent the Ethiopian Orthodox faith and its spiritual significance. And for languages, service conducted in Gais at these sites preserves Ethiopia's linguistic heritage. And for kinship, it builds these churches that required collected and coordinated efforts from families and communities, emphasizes responsibility and social bonds. And story passed down orally that demonstrate the feedback loops between these cultural dimensions, ensuring their continuity across generations. So, in terms of feedback loops, religion, language, and kinship in Ethiopia form dynamic feedback loops that sustain cultural identity. The Ethiopia Orthodox Church preserves Gais through its religion practices, kinship networks, and ensure the transmission of linguistics and religion traditions. Religion provides the festivals provides opportunities for families to unite, reinforcing social cohesion, and these dimensions are not isolated but work together to maintain Ethiopia's cultural legacy. The interconnectedness is the key to understand how Ethiopian society has its retained uh, its identity despite external pressures. So, in terms of current challenges in preserving their cultural heritage, globalization, younger generation increasingly adopt global norms, which threaten traditional practice like guise usage and storytelling. Urbanization, uh, migration to cities disrupts extended family structures and kinship, and also network, leading to loss of intergenerational knowledge. And in terms of political and ethnic tensions, Ethiopia's diversity can sometimes lead to conflict challenges, challenging national unity and cultural cohesion. So efforts like to revitalize Gai's education, uh, promoting oral traditions and fostering community festivals are essential to addressing these challenges and maintaining, to maintain Ethiopia's heritage. In conclusion, Ethiopian society demonstrates the resilience of cultural identity through the interconnected dimensions of religion, language, and kinship. And these aspects create feedback loops that sustain tradition across generations. The legend of King Lilibela exemplifies how storytelling preserves cultural values while connecting religion, language, and kinship. However, modern challenges emphasize the need for active efforts to protect these traditions. And by understanding and nurturing these feedback loops, Ethiopia can navigate um, the pressures of globalization while maintaining its cultural, maintaining its cultural unique identity. Um, Thank you.